Hello and welcome back to the Unboxers, and today we have for you a super gigantic figure. And here it is. Woohoo! Look at that. Your eyes do not deceive. He is gigantic, and it is.
It is the Jumbo Sandtrooper officer.
Yes.
You can tell he's the officer because he's got the cool orange.
The cool orange, yeah.
Shoulder pad.
He's got shoulder protection there. Team Orange. We want to say a great big thank you to
Diamond Select
for sending him to us for free to share with you today. So he came recently in our awesome surprise package from Diamond Select.
Yes.
And now it's his turn to shine. We're going to take him out of this packaging. So as you can tell, he's like jumbo sized and barely fits in our studio. These are retro figures based off retro figures, but they're giant sized.
Yeah, so this is like a 12-inch version of the 3.75-inch figures that came out like in the 70s.
All right.
And 80s.
And we've done several of these before, and even some Star Wars ones, correct?
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and turn it around.
So here is...
Whoa.
So it's in kind of like the... Now you can kind of... I don't know if you can tell, but the packaging does come open so you can take the card out and put it back in. You can take the figure out, put it back in, depending on how you want to display it. But it's cool. It has like the retro packaging. And
yes,
you got
and other figures that you can get. Really, really cool.
Yes. So stay tuned because coming up will be a review of Ahsoka Tano, who I don't didn't have a figure.
Oh yeah.
Back then, she wasn't a character back when the original Star Wars was out, and Boba Fett.
Awesome. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get this Sandtrooper officer out of his box and give you a much closer look. We'll be right back. All right, so there's
the Sandtrooper officer
out of the packaging. So as John was saying, you can actually like put him all back in. It's not like you have to like cut it open. It kind of pops open in a special way so that you can remove him and then put him back in case you want to display him on the wall like you do the tiny ones sometimes.
Right, yeah.
So very cool that you have those two options. All right, let's go ahead and show them off. So we did learn some things about the Sandtroopers. They have the special helmets that help like filter like the sand and stuff and the oxygen maybe. And then they have these on the back, which is
backpack with the cooling unit. Yeah.
Yes, because it would be very warm out there in the sand and in all this getup. Very cool that they include that. It is attached to the shoulder piece, like that he has over the one shoulder, and then the orange indicates that he's the officer. But very cool. So we learned some things from the back of the packaging about this particular type of Sandtrooper and how they kind of differ from regular Stormtroopers. So here's his blaster. Very cool. Looks like a very bazooka-like.
Yeah.
Very long. It's got these corrugated pieces. And then, I was going to say, is this a piece? Oop. He's like, what? No, I'm disarmed. I thought that was a piece that, like, came down, but I think it's just detailing for it. So that's it out of his hand, looking really cool. It is just all blue. Here's the details on him. Got the hands, the black, the white, the typical Stormtrooper look. Look at that, got the little print there. 1984 right there.
Lucasfilm Limited.
Yes. And then he's got the little on the bottom, the little spot where he can be pegged in somewhere. So that would be really cool. And there he is. I'm going to go ahead and let John show off his articulation. So he does have like the articulation of the retro figures.
Yes. And it makes you feel like you're a little kid again. Cause it's like you're how the 3.5-inch figure would have felt in your tiny little hand. So very cool. So yes, as Lisa said, these are going to have the retro articulation, so it will have like the standard 5 points, so he will be articulated at the head, so he can turn his head back and forth. He will have articulation at the shoulders. Now this piece will limit it, but he can lift his arms, and of course then He is articulated at the hips, so that way he can drive his gigantic vehicle if they ever made one to fit him, because that would be huge. But this is just really cool. It brings back so many memories of the original Star Wars figures, updated and upgraded for collectors nowadays. So very cool and awesome to add this Sandtrooper 2-hour Diamond Select Star Wars collection.
Alright, so there's one last look at
the Sandtrooper Officer.
So very, very cool jumbo figure to have.
Yeah, it really is.
And really excited to add him to our collection. We want to say another great big thank you to
Diamond Select
for sending him to us for free to share with you today. Thanks so much for watching. As always, come back and see us, like, subscribe, and we will see you next time.